Welcome to M3Live. I'm your host, Joe Beck, the CEO of M3Linked, and I am super excited about today's live stream. With me in the studio is Douglas J. Beck. I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce him and then ask him a couple of questions. He has extensive experience in starting and scaling companies online, most recently in the real estate and alternative investment space, having completed hundreds of transactions and over $120 million in real estate and private loan deals. Through his Growth Partner Program, Douglas helps companies scale their businesses online and generate more revenue with a performance-based incentive structure to drive growth. As clients achieve this growth, they can then invest their additional profits into alternative assets like real estate and private debt, combining business expansion with exclusive investment opportunities. Outside of his consultancy, Douglas works with other accredited investors to co-invest into various alternatives that normally yield double-digit passive returns. Please welcome to M3Live the president and CEO of JDL Ventures, Douglas J. Beck. Doug, how are you today? It's great to have you with us.
Hey, Joe, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. And I know inside the forum, we always joke around. So we have the same last name, which is a great start, but we're not officially related. We still get that family tree going. So
absolutely.
Hey, man, yeah.
So it's great to have you with us. So Doug, let me just start by asking you, tell us about your business. What would you like people to know about your business?
Sure, man. I appreciate the question. Appreciate the opportunity to be here with you and your audience. So our business, I think the thing that's most important is that we've been, all of us in business have had some type of impact since COVID. And so we went from a local regional-based company up in northern New Jersey to a national level and, regional player in certain markets, but really across the whole country in the past few years. And so, it's been quite a journey. Basically at this point, having, clients all across the country and having deals doing, multiple states. But really we focus on real estate investments. We focus on creative strategies to do deals, whether it be wholesale flips, fix and flips, buy and hold, rental property. And then I've got the opportunity over the past few years of working with private equity, specifically in private lending. I've had multiple groups I've worked with and really have brought that capital available to my clients and to other folks in our ecosystem and our business. So yeah, it's quite a journey. In the process, we've learned a lot about what works and what doesn't work with online marketing and also running teams virtually. So I know some of your audience might be going through some of that transition of getting yourselves set up to be online and having your operations go fully virtual. So happy to have a conversation with anyone about that and share stories. And we get a lot of that in the forum when we meet up every week. So that's a little bit about our business and what we do, and happy to take any additional questions from you or your audience.
Sure. So, one of the things that I love about your intro is you talk about how you can help businesses grow and scale, and then also show them additional ways to invest into alternative investments like real estate and other things. For most businesses, they're always looking for, how do I continue to grow? How do I get more bang for my buck? Tell me, what are the most popular things that people are working with you on? Like, what are the top projects?
Really, like right now, we're focusing a lot on our accelerator program, which is basically where folks that have, either an existing business in the real estate space or possibly looking to launch their business are looking for the combination of what we know in business are important, which is, people, process, and technology. So we basically take on a client to help them understand what they're looking to do. We help set up sort of goals, if you would, an outlook, a blueprint of what they're trying to accomplish as an investor, whether that be scale them to a multiple seven-figure level or just getting their first deal done. And then from there, we look to onboard as far as setting up their technology, setting up their front-end websites, their back-end systems, their CRM, their nurture sequence, their marketing, their integrations with different systems that they already have, or figuring out what their tech stack looks like. My background before real estate, if you can't tell, is tech and business. So I worked in big business, working for Johnson & Johnson for almost a decade, and had the opportunity to work on some pretty large teams, helping outsource and also implement tech and marketing systems for their companies and supporting C-level execs. So I have that experience, and really what we've done is over the past decade now in the real estate space, take our clients through a journey of really adopting the best practice of tech, process, and people. And so looking at, we have a 5-step process, which we call our Dealmaker Live process, which is an event that we run, but it's basically identify, analyze, negotiate, contract, and close. That's our blueprint. And then we take that process, we take some technology, And we take a person or two initially, besides the owner, through a journey of basically onboarding that whole combination of those three things and help them implement then more of a business approach, as opposed to just like a lot of times we as entrepreneurs in the real estate space and other businesses as well tend to do a lot of stuff on our own. We kind of become solopreneurs, right? And just like
Mhm.
create another job for ourselves. So really looking to integrate the combination again of the people, process, and tech into the entrepreneur to create a real business, not just like another thing to do. That's what we're most excited about. That's called our accelerator. I don't know if you want me to share
Mhm.
some information, how people can find out, or that's later on maybe, but I'm happy to share with your audience, and we
Mhm.
can put it in the show notes or whatever you want to do there.
Yeah, I mean, and that's super exciting. I think when people in today's day and age hear about tech, they immediately go towards how can I get more accomplished faster? And it sounds like you're in the forefront of that in your business. Now, as it relates to the real estate business, give me a sense of the different types of deals that you've been a part of. Because I know people are always wanting to know what people are doing out there in the real estate space. What are the types of deals that you get involved with?
So yeah, that's a great question. Thanks for asking. It's a combination. I mean, in the beginning, it was mostly just single family, wholesale, or what we were the wholesale company. So what that basically means, we deal directly with the seller who's got a difficult situation they're working through, or maybe we deal with another company that's doing the work with the seller to help them get through that situation, whether it be they have an inherited property or they have a financial aspect of something going on in their life, or they have just a retired landlord. We work with owners and also connectors to owners like that to take them through the process of buying the property. But we go into the transaction with the capacity to purchase, the ability to purchase, but also then find that, on many deals to grow that to be a business, we actually in the beginning flipped most of those deals to other investors. And so we basically assign the contract. It's just a structure called wholesale real estate, right? We take that deal, we put everything together, we contract the property, and then we just have a network of investors that want to buy that opportunity through us. And so we've been able to do that hundreds of times over the years, those wholesale flips. And that was since 2014. Now in 2016, we started fixing and flipping single family and small multifamily. So we would take on, our company would buy the property, renovate the property, then sell it retail to an end user, like a regular family or maybe a landlord that wants to own the rental. So we still have that, going on. We have a couple projects wrapping up. We're kind of like semi-retired from fixing and flipping. We've had enough
Uh-huh.
construction experience to where it's like we're done with like that whole operational aspect. We will look to partner with other fix and flip investors if we can. And then we've got some rentals. My wife and I own, a handful of rentals and short-term rentals down here in Florida. We've had many rentals, before, more than we have now, all across the country. We thought the market was going to shift, and we thought it was the right time to, kind of exit a couple of the rentals back in, I think it was 2018, 2019. Obviously, we know what happened, that we probably could have made, had another couple 100,000 each of those properties of equity. Would probably be another $1 million net worth at least, if not more. But owning those properties, so knowing what I know now, kind of thing, we probably should have held on to
Mhm.
those properties. But a couple of problematic situations we've had. So we're not really keen on like long-term rentals. We'd rather passively invest into bigger deals. So that kind of touches upon, maybe something you mentioned about when we can co-invest with other accredited investors into bigger commercial deals. So maybe some of your audience that is like busy building their company, or they're executive and they're not looking to put the work in, the time. They don't want to have a business. They just want to have an investment. We can have a conversation and look at deals, and those typically are like multifamily syndications, self-storage deals, commercial development projects, strip malls, these kinds of projects, so senior living. And so I have a network of a lot of really experienced operators that I look to collaborate with. Effectively, we pre-underwrite and vet the deal. We look at the numbers, we look at the underwriting. We have a team that does that with us that has a lot of experience doing those specific things. And then we bring that back to our smaller network of investors that want to collaborate with us and invest into those deals. And then we look to bring capital together to go invest into those projects together with our network of investors. So that's really what I'm most excited about, outside of like the services side of what we do, is get into some of those larger commercial projects. And then from a smaller scale, like we're looking to buy, right now at this point, short-term rentals in this area, this part of Florida, which is Sarasota and the surrounding areas. And then, as you know, most recently getting into more again the private lending. So just last week, your audience is like one of the first to know, and my audience doesn't even officially know yet. But I'm not going to say the company name, but I'll say that I did just join forces with another fund based in the Carolinas, and so we'll be helping that fund lend capital all across the country in first position for bridge, fix and flip, and DSCR lending. So if any of your audience is an investor that's got projects they need capital for, definitely get in touch, and we can talk about how that would look for you and how I can help you.
That's great. Congratulations. So basically, if somebody wants to be an active investor, you can help them through your accelerator program. If they want to just be a passive investor and invest money and watch it grow, with you, they can do that as well. Now, how can people connect with you, in particular your accelerator program? Because I have a feeling a lot of people would be interested in that.
Appreciate that, Joe. Yeah, no, well, I don't know if they can see on the screen, but I put like my personal name, my brand site there, douglasjbeck.com. So that kind of has like the sort of hub of all the different things we do. You can check that site out and click around. But if you want to go, like you're an active investor looking to go, that route and go directly to having us help you with that, you want to check out where our brand in that business is called The Growth Collective. So if you go to jointhegrowthcollective.com, jointhegrowthcollective.com, just like it sounds, that's going to take you to a page. There's like a maybe 10-minute long video where I kind of explain what's included there with that program, how that works. And then you have an option to apply for it and basically get a call set up with myself or my team. From there, we then have a conversation, see kind of where you're at, see what you're looking to accomplish, how quickly you want to accomplish it, and see if we're a good fit. And if we are, we get started. We can start right away. We do have a ramp up of a couple weeks of things that have to happen, but essentially we can take you on right away and get you to start getting your systems built out and all that right off the bat. If you want to kind of learn more and see like, well, maybe it's a short little talk we're having, you're like not totally sure if we're the right fit, that's totally normal. I'd recommend you check out the website I'm gonna tell you now, which is The Dealmaker Live, The Dealmaker Live, just like it sounds.com. So TheDealmakerLive.com. That's a intensive 3-hour workshop type training where we run that once a week. So it's on Thursdays at 5 as of the time we're doing this event here talking. And that's going to get you to know kind of more about me. You'll get to hear and sort of understand our methodology. You'll be able to implement some of the things we do from a process standpoint. If you're kind of like a DIY, do-it-yourself type entrepreneur, totally fine. I get it. Maybe you'll realize this is something you can do, and I encourage you to do that. But if you find that it's to be too much, you can have a conversation after you go to the event. Just say, hey, Doug, I'd love to look at what else you can do to help me. But you can check out the event. It's a 3-hour experience. It's totally free, no strings attached. If you wanted to get a VIP experience, there's an option to upgrade. But again, no hard feelings if you don't. That just gives you some time with me and my staff to talk about what you got going on and kind of get more Q&A. But that's thedealmakerlive.com, and that's Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So that's kind of the best next steps, I would say, if you're an active investor. Did you want to talk at all about the passive side, Joe? I don't know if you want to get into that too much or not right now.
No, let's let people connect with you. I'm sure that the right people will find you for that particular piece. Now, Doug, you and I met at M3Linked, and I always like to ask people in these interview sessions, tell me about your thoughts on M3Linked. What do you like about the M3Linked community?
Man, I appreciate that. Yeah, and I appreciate you reaching out and connecting. So, M3Linked is like something that I didn't have on my radar at all. And I think Joe and I connected on LinkedIn about it, and had the opportunity to listen to or join a meeting as a guest maybe about 6 to 8 months ago. And just was like blown away by the caliber of folks in the room as far as the types of entrepreneurs, no judgment to your audience, but if you're just getting started, you definitely have a place. But if you're, doing multiple 8-figures or 9-figure business in your company, your C-level, you definitely belong there too. It's like, there's a nice blend of people that are humble, yet, producing benefit and growing their businesses, but they're willing to share. It has a mastermind feel. I know we have a segment of M3 that's like just mastermind, but I feel like every forum in the breakout sessions that we have are like, there's the mastermind of sharing of ideas and what you're hearing, what you're seeing. And it's not just one industry, although there are some industry specific ones for sure now and that are forthcoming. So I would say really for your listeners, like it's number one, there's no strings attached to come join as a guest. So check out whatever one's local to your area that you're in, or those multiple metro markets. And then as far as like the decision to become a member, so long as it's a good fit, I mean, it was a no-brainer for us for the economic side of things because of the deal size. So if you have like anything you're doing that's online, or you sell a service or a product, and you have the interest in connecting with people that are not just like referrals, but really people you can share stories with and share ideas around and get mastermind, but also maybe some referrals or maybe even help bring value to their business, have them become a customer, vice versa. It kind of has a multiple aspect of type of blend to it that I really enjoy and love. So, and I've met a lot of awesome people, like people that have, like I said, significant size businesses, people that are bringing their experience of literally decades upon decades back to the group. And then there's also the folks that are just like hungry, that are like want to grow their business, which motivates me every single week I join. So really, there's nothing bad I could say about M3Linked. It's a no-brainer. So definitely get plugged into the next session, get in as a guest and just take it from there.
That's great. Thank you so much, Doug. I appreciate that. Love having you as part of the M3Linked community. And I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us today for M3 Live. Definitely everybody who's watching, connect with Douglas, get to know him better, all the different things that he can help you with in your business to grow it. If you're in the real estate space, actively or passively, he can help you there as well. This is Joe Beck, CEO of M3Linked, and this has been M3 Live. It's great to have you.
Hey, thanks so much, Joe. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. God bless.
Take care. You too.
Bye.